all around the world. People want to be
Just when the streets are finally safe from Lindsay Lohan, Justin Bieber comes out of nowhere, arrested in Miami Beach early this morning on charges of DUI, resisting arrest, driving with an expired license, and he's in trouble with his grandparents for not stopping by to visit while he was in.
Funny now, but Bieber is news in part because of concerns about what is coming next. This latest scrape ain't just egging his neighbor's home. He was arrested early yesterday for drunk driving, resisting arrest, driving without a valid license. Big things, potentially. Police caught the singer drag racing in a residential neighborhood. That's how this started. Now, among the people facilitating that drag race, another question, allegedly his own father, who reportedly took him to a bar after picking him up from the jail. That's an allegation. Hope it's not true. Here to discuss this is Debra, Opri, a defense attorney joining us from Los Angeles, and Bonnie Fuller, president and editor-in-chief of HollywoodLife.com. Thank you very much for giving us both the social and the legal here. Let's start with the social. People may say, oh, yeah, he's not really news. This is just an entertainer. But isn't the concern that we're seeing another kid, somewhat unsupervised, going down a road that could end very badly? Fair?
Absolutely. I think there's tremendous concern. Justin Bieber has millions and millions of fans, and they follow every move that he makes. He was a role model for many years, and so it's been very disturbing to see him go off that track and to evolve into this person who's drag racing, putting himself in danger and other people in danger.
And look, he is only 19 years old, but that's why 19-year-olds have parents. You know, what do we know about who's around him, who's loving him, who's talking to him? Does he have any kind of support system?
He does have a big support system. He was raised by his mother, Patty. However, she was not in Miami, and she has not been seen around him lately. He was with his father, Jeremy, and apparently he was at the scene. We've heard this at HollywoodLife.com as well, and he was with him afterwards. There had been reports that he left Miami, but in fact, he stayed in Miami and was still in his hotel, and there were pictures of the two of them together afterwards.
So is this true about the father taking him to a bar and that he's kind of like hanging out? He is very young, the father himself, but is that true?
We've heard that as well, that he was with him before the incident and after. And we've also heard that his mother, Patty, is very concerned and is planning what to do next, is working with his team to try and figure out what will work, because Justin doesn't think he has a problem.
It's hard, Deb. You know, when the kid's got so much money, he's got so much power, a lot of the people around him become beholden to him, but now he is in the system. Some are laughing off these charges, saying, oh, well, first-time DUI, he'll be fine. I don't know what they're talking about. First-time DUI can easily be a felony. This is aggravated by his behavior, his admission to police officers about what he was doing, that he was engaged in an aggravating factor, drag racing, even if he was only going 50 and a 30. These are major components of what could be a tough case. True or false?
It's true, but it's a first-time offense, and Florida has lower bails than California, but basically the same sentences. A first-time offense for anyone that young is anything of a .02 and over is a DUI. My understanding is he had a .04. So what are the things that he's going to lose? Well, he'll probably have to take an alcohol class. He'll probably lose his license for up to a year, may have to do community service, and he'll pay a fine. The most important thing, Chris, is this. This has to be a wake-up call to anyone. Whenever I tell a client on a first-time offense, it's not that serious now. It's serious, but this has to be a wake-up call. You have to change things. If I was representing Justin, the first thing I'd say is stay out of the media, no comments, go about your business, and do what you need to do and let the lawyers handle everything and get it pled out immediately. It's a first-time offense. Let it stay that way.
Well, he's got Roy Black, who already has been savvy in how he's positioning this case, that even his language so far has been, well, so far they're treating him the way they should, not making it extra hard because he's a celebrity, which is a clever spin, because I would say, based on the facts that we have here, you know, you tell me, Deb, but it seems like a judge could say, you talked like this to the cops, you didn't have a license, you're setting up a drag race. This could be a felony.
You're right. You're right. Justin Bieber should not have done a knee-jerk reaction of, yeah, I had a beer, yeah, I smoked pot, yeah, I did this, yeah, I did that. He shouldn't have done anything, which means his advisors they should have told him going in, look, this is your lifestyle right now. You're growing up. You're, flexing your muscles. What you need to do is as soon as something happens, you say nothing and call us. As far as Justin's behavior and Roy Black's handling of this, and I know Roy, first thing you have to do is try to get it down to a wet reckless, get him into an alcohol program, and put this behind him as fast as he could. Many of my clients will say, I want to fight this, I want to fight this. I'm going to say, look, you blew the legal limit. Get it done and behave yourself. I would love to represent Justin because I think I would plead it out to a wet reckless and just get him on the straight and narrow, and maybe Roy will do that.
Better hope you have the right judge also. So, and that takes us back to what the perception of these things is. Is it fair to say that you see a kid who seems to be going down the wrong road, or is a lot of this just the hype of speculation because he keeps giving us stuff to report on?
I don't think it's just speculation. I mean, we have seen the acts. We saw that there were 11 police cars that pulled up to his house last week. So the LA police did not take, they took his vandalism, allegedly throwing eggs at his neighbor, very seriously. And before that, we have seen a number of incidents. He has been pulled over for speeding before. And there's been a lot of concern about partying at his house. The neighbors have called. So there's been a sort of a series of events that seem to get more serious. He was even accused of vandalism in Australia for putting graffiti in a public place.
Where do you see him on the spectrum of celebrities in trouble?
I see him as a young star who's got great potential to turn his life back around. I think right now he's on a bad path, and we've heard that he doesn't think he has a problem. So that's the first problem. It
always is in all these situations. He's young, he's got a lot of money. It's hard for people to speak truth to power.
That's right, and he's very talented. So he's got a great future ahead of him if he can see that what he's doing right now is not right.
You've seen people with more talent lose it. Yes, Deb, finish up for us.
Chris, right, I'll finish up. I see him as a young individual flexing his muscles. Thousands upon thousands of people get DUIs at that age. As long as he doesn't get into more trouble, I think he's going to be fine.
All right, we'll see what happens. Deb, thanks for the legal. Appreciate Bonnie letting us know what's happening with this kid's life. Hopefully it gets better from here. Kate?
Thanks.